Hey, can we stop for a moment? I know we need to do this to help you get answers, but if you want to turn back, that's okay. This place, you can feel it too, right? I've never been this close. It feels wrong. Corrupted. The normal nature of the forest. It feels like it's been turned inside out. You don't feel it. Alright. We can keep going. I'll lead the way. I don't know what awaits us, but I hope that she isn't too angry, or upset that we've disturbed her peace. From what I've experienced, she has little patience for anyone or anything. Besides her experiment, of course. It's a wonder she was able to have a child at any point. I wonder if she was different before everything happened. But the past can't be changed, and the best we can hope for is that her daughter's suffering may serve a purpose, and we can end these night terrors you've been having. Are you ready? Alright. That's ominous.
Hello, dog. Dogs. I told you not to come back here, mutt. You've ruined my garden, made me tell you all my life story and then shame me for it. And you killed my familiar during one of your wild hunts. Why shouldn't I just turn you into a stray whelp and let your companion, mate, whatever, just take you back to your shack?
That was... I'm sorry. For your garden and your familiar. I had needed the herbs for medicine, and yes, it was stupid, but I had no way of knowing it was your garden. I will not apologize for what I said about your past. I stand by my beliefs. However, I will apologize for your familiar. Once I get the taste of blood, there isn't any stopping that beast. Oh, well, yeah, cages will knock the beast out.
Please. I don't want to hear it. If you had any care at all, you would have noticed the protective fairy ring surrounding the herb garden. You animals are all just the same, sacks of meat with no brain. And, well, I suppose a wild boar isn't exactly the best familiar. Good properties and uses. However, I really should thank you for killing old Albert. You created an opening for my new familiar. This is meat. If he can't protect himself from me, from wild creatures, well, I'm sure you understand the name.
Look, I'm clearly not here for a social visit. And, let's be honest, I don't want to see you. And you don't want to see me. I just need some information.
Quiet, dog. You, come closer. Yes, You are definitely one of them, but not naturally. Your eyes, they tell the truth. No yellow stain. Were you trapped by them? Forced into...
That isn't what happened.
I said, quiet, dog. Don't bother. You can't break through those vines. And you, try anything and Meat will take his turn with this silly little pup. All while you're paralyzed and forced to watch. I need to know from you, he hasn't forced you into whatever arrangement you have, right? And if it was forced upon you, tell me now. He won't leave this hut as more than a whimpering pup, a mere thrall for you to control and do with as you please. You love him and want to keep him safe? Well then, my dear, that certainly is different from most ferals from around these parts. Oh, of course I care, my dear. Clearly you weren't born a werewolf. You don't carry the stink about you, the aura. You remind me of my daughter in a way. She thought it was so simple. Go and collect lycanthropy as if it was a mere metal, a trophy to put on a nightstand. It ruined her. It destroyed her from the inside out. She had so much potential. She could have been a truly powerful witch. Even had it worked, she might have been the most incredible druid, the shapeshifter of the forest. But she only cared for the lycanthropy and her mate. When she had its blood, well, it broke every part of her. Cursed with nightmares until she shattered. Becoming a worn down mess, I had to force feed her just to keep her alive. Eventually it became too much. She stayed in a catatonic state for days. After a week, I casted a spell to put her mind to ease, and eventually, once she stopped struggling and let her mind rest, I pulled her into a permanent sleep. That is not the story you heard. Well, of course not. I told that buffoon over there a much worse tale. I wanted to scare him from causing the mistakes she did. His ignorance had almost cost you everything, both of you. Clearly he didn't know his folks' story well. I learnt it too late. I was unable to save my little girl. While I don't owe it to him, I can at least prevent you from facing the same horrid fate my daughter went through. You weren't born with beast blood, but you attained it, by accident or not. However, it is only a portion of being a werewolf. They are a spiritual race, you know. The moon spirit, the forest spirits, etc., etc. You have almost definitely felt the absence of their touch. Unlike him, he can feel the moon's pull when it is coming, sense the change in the forest. You might have thought it was just a belief rather than a physical piece of him, but it isn't. He has a wolf spirit in him. You do not. And until you do, your furry counterpart is fighting back and trying to dominate your human soul. The werewolves in this forest were blessed, unknowingly. When they gave birth, they did it in a bestial form. While the naming convention is limited and bad, it gives them a benefit. A portion of their mother's soul is given to them. This soul grows and becomes its own alongside the pup. However, the other wolves' clans do not follow the same traditions and still find ways to claim a spirit for themselves. So yes, you can claim a spirit for yourself, but you will need to leave the forest to do so. I do hope that isn't too distressing for you. Well, he seems more worried than you at least. I think we can let him down now.
You bitch. You really think I'd force them to be with me? I am not my kin. Their ways are foul. I split from them for a reason. And I am sorry about your daughter. I wish you told me the truth. I would have been gentler.
Yes, puppy. Whatever you say. Now then, I would like you to get out of my hut and never come back. Your aura is terrible for my plants. They shudder having to absorb your scent.
Wait, you didn't tell us where we can find a spirit.
Oh, yes. In the deep snow and frozen lakes of the north, you will find a sister tribe. They give their newborns a fraction of the moon spirit in the long nights of winter during the celestial dance. You have, let me think, 2 weeks to get there? I'd start leaving if I were you.
Thank you, Witch. You didn't need to help us, but thank...
Shut up and get going already!
Are you alright? Good. Good. Looks like she sent us back home. I'm so sorry about all that. I wish I knew the full story. And that we need to finish the process with the spirit. We need to leave as soon as we can. We have our clothes that we prepared for winter. We will need to bring them with us. And, hey, we'll be okay. We go north. We do whatever we need to. And we get you a spirit. I truly hope this will put an end to your torment. And when we finish this, we spend the night out, so you can really experience the fullness the spirits give us. I'm sorry you haven't felt it. Now let's pack. We have a long journey ahead of us.